Hello everyone, and welcome to Trials of VinTear for session 17 here on Arcane Focus D&D. By the time this video comes out, we'll be in the middle of December. And before we get into today's spiel, let's settle a debate once and for all. This is a question for everyone here. Is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
It's both.
Now, pick one.
Oh,
No,
both, clearly.
It's both.
I hate this. I know. Damn it. I wanted discourse. I love it. Halloween. Absolutely. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that. If I'm sitting on one side of this camp, I'm gonna get hate for it.
Of course.
110%.
Yeah.
If you said Christmas movie, I'd throw a shoe from over here.
Well, I mean, if Halloween is searching to be Christmas, then is it actually considered Christmas?
The boy is having an existential crisis. It's fine. For however
Which is
old
very
he
Halloween.
and Christmas, to be honest.
Yes. All good points. Another great point to make is that this is a pre-recorded episode. This is important for those watching on the Purple app. So if you see clear cuts, that's the reason. Also join us for Short Rest, which is our little recap show that we do on Sundays. It's a great way to get this 2.5 hour or 2 hour stream and sort of crunch it down to 10 minutes. Perfect to get that digestible bite. A quick announcement. Join us next week for our Not So Christmas or holiday special. Another Bright Falls Chronicles one-shot, The Lunar Cafe. A story about a lone coffee shop found in the Wyoming desert where some strange events occur. We had a lot of special guests, like the Buff DM. We had Vixie, who was a part of it. And we had Grimstone Gaming, all these amazing people who were representing their own stats, so I love it. And then Amber was also joining us, too.
We didn't see that coming. None of us, we all agreed that we didn't see what was coming.
It's a good twist.
It was a good twist.
With all of that said and done, I would like everyone to roll me a d20.
Oh, man. No, Mike. You roll. You gotta do it. You don't know if it's low or high, Nick.
I don't.
Which is
Nick,
why you
would
never
you
want either.
Mike can't change his mind once we reveal the numbers.
That's I will show my notes. I have a number in mind.
You are in jail, sir.
Nick.
I got a 1.
Okay. Amber.
I got a 2.
Okay.
No,
Titan.
you're joking! I got a 3!
Titan is the closest to 20.
Yes!
No, I was hoping I'd thread the needle. Oh no. Okay.
That means you start us off. I sent you the script.
Like, do we have to do this? Let's just skip the ad and get to the game. The air is ripe with magic tonight.
Okay. Did you just... No. Well, don't worry. We're going to talk about this special Dakota Irish dice set. And, you know, it's really, really cool. I can't wait to get the specifics about it. So maybe we should just skirt this in real quick before we move on.
Alright, you have my attention. I know you always pick good sets. So, I applaud your taste.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I know these. I know this. This is a little too specific in terms of your responses. How do you feel about VinTear?
It's okay. I mean, it is a long way from Waterdeep.
Okay, stop that. Stop it. Listen, you're doing a bunch of Gale quotes. All right, did you look at my notes?
Elminster's not around, so might as well.
No, listen. That's exactly the... That didn't even match my question. All right, fuck it. This week's choice is the Wizard of Waterdeep dice set with a layer of transparent blue and purple sandwiching an opaque layer of white, numbered in gold. Get this Gale-inspired set with our affiliate link. Last line is yours.
Is it?
Oh, did I not put it? And use promo code Arcane Focus D&D to get 10% off your order. Thank you, Dakota Irish, for the dice set
We're professionals.
and the discount. I'm totally not starting to rev up with Celsius. We don't know that yet.
I seen that set, by the way. Not like I was dice perusing at all, but it was pretty.
It is pretty. Yeah.
It sounds pretty.
Gale.
Gail's also pretty.
Gail's
so
also
it
pretty.
fits.
Gale is also pretty. I will not accept Gale hate in this
Okay,
household.
can we all describe who did we romance in the first playthrough? We all played Baldur's Gate.
I actually haven't.
We're trying to get her on the
Yeah.
straight and narrow. It's
I
not
want
really
to,
like a
it's
straight
up
narrow,
there.
but yeah.
Nick.
The boring answer for a guy is a Shadowheart, I think. For the record, I didn't like Gale very much, but that's because I was playing a wizard. I was playing a version of Legati, so he like never came along and did any of our stuff. So he was just this dude at camp that had a lot of problems.
You always ate
Fair
your
enough.
stuff.
Yeah.
I romanced Karlak in the first playthrough.
When we played Arcane, I struck out with everybody, but that's because I couldn't make up my mind. And now it's like I've pretty much done everybody.
As it's meant to be done, really.
Yeah. There is a mod that we're getting off topic. Anyways, let's go ahead and go into a quick recap to see where we are now. Our heroes snap into action as the white smoke dissipates, leaving behind a guard and 6 other people dead at the scene, as 5 visible cloaked figures watch and notate. Jumping up the trees, running to nearby ladders, taking the fight to them. Our heroes have their attention split, but with some successful hits, jumps, slashes, arcane lassos, our heroes are able to take down all of these altered individuals. Snatching up the notes, they were able to learn that this was the first of many tests done with this particular smoke and the effects that it had on these individuals. And the first test also done with this size. With the question being about quote unquote being too selective for the success rate. They also learned that these figures were once like war amputees or individuals who were born without like a full set of limbs, and they were outfitted with these special prosthetics. With the thanks from the guards, the players were able to leave to the hotspot to relax and recover after this harrowing attack. And they learned that with talking with Askar, that one of the glass blowers who represent the workshop here also received an invite to the party. To get a full scope, however, the party decided to actually stake out Yuka's home the day before, just to get an idea of what they're dealing with here. And with an invisible phoenix, she rushes in to see Yuka talking with another woman, Sharon Oswald, a headmaster and teacher of abjuration at the Outslock Academy. They walk outside, discuss about adding enchantments to the premises, as well as the fate of Volred, learning that he actually is within the Throne Stone, though not fully under lock and key. There's some sort of leeway happening within his prison and his sort of encampment, I suppose. He's receiving some special treatment with the possibility of release, but Phoenix, taking the opportunity, was able to rush into Yuka's home, going through each story, not being impeded until reaching the top 3rd story, where she gathered the attention of what looked to be this large mastiff. This dog that smelled the air, sent that smell of Phoenix as sort of capturing his attention as it started to bark loudly. Phoenix then rushed out the back towards this outdoor patio area, climbing onto the roof, jumping onto the next house, and then coming down eventually as the party reconvened and decided to go back into kind of the more business center of the Emerald Strip, away from the residential space. So that way you're not gathering any more attention. But we are rejoining the party as Phoenix, you have returned to the party. We're going to say that both Morris and Diva are probably mimicking a little bit of what Legati and Arrow are doing, just sort of like gathering information and then adding information when needed. But what is the plan? You have, I'll say maybe it's like evening at this point, so you have a full 24 hours until the party.
Definitely resting because I got bit by a dog. And I need this key points back.
We need to do some shopping. We
Yeah.
need some we had discussed potions, and then later offline maybe either somebody who can cast Identify, or preferably an Identify scroll, if such a thing is for sale, because then I can just learn it. But yeah, potions, maybe flying, invisibility, levitation, those kind of things.
Face
Some
paint.
kind of magic shop. Yeah.
I'm also going to be looking for nice clothing.
Oh, yes.
'Cause
Yeah, we
I don't
need some
think
other
any of us are
clothes.
dressed for an
No.
event like this.
Or not.
Being the fact that Legati, you are from here, from Outslaw.
Yeah.
Most magic items, if any, that are found outside of the city walls, are procured and sort of held within the academy, and they're not for sale. They're more of like a theoretical study. Like, they're not going to have you walk around with a +3 greatsword or anything of the sort, but it's there for enchantment wizards to learn and experiment with. I think with Morris's sort of sneaking around, was able to learn that definitely the grip probably has some arcane elements, but they're not for sale until you earn the trust of the owner.
Which I'm sure we don't exactly have right now.
But I think you do realize, and this is something that Legati, you understand, though magic items are rare to find, as they're usually sort of held and kept, potions and alchemists who work within either the academy or have expanded outwards to make their own shops they are here, as well as finding spell scrolls. That also might be a possibility in like bookshops, or as well as these alchemy shops.
And yeah, I'm down to spend some time this evening doing that if places are not closed.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's too late enough to find that. I'll say to find the right place. Everyone roll me a perception or investigation check. I'll leave it in your hands.
Would it be... Is it getting dark?
Yeah, I would say it's getting dark. Enough where it's like low light for you to be okay.
Okay. Excellent. 17 perception.
I got a non-natural 20 investigation.
Like +3 or +2? Dirty 20 for perception.
Oh my god, guys. All right, listen.
We got it! We got it!
When the rolls count, they really...
when they really count.
I'm
But
still
yeah.
looking out for a dog, so I'm just paranoid at this point.
I mean, you're in a residential space, so occasionally you walk by like maybe like the last bits of residential space, and there are high gates that have like a front yard that connects to the back, and then you as one of like another dog sort of rushes and sort of stops at the gate barking at you all. It's just going through residential space. A new fear.
I don't think we have wolves on Anburn because they would get like annihilated by the things that are there. So, to be fair,
Yeah, I mean you're probably unfamiliar with.
I know they exist.
Yeah, each creature has its own threat, you know. But yeah, with that in mind, yeah, I think with a 17 and everything else, you guys can find a shop that is fairly long. It's not wide per se. It's more of a longer shop that starts to extend outwards into what looks to be like a second story bump, sort of a back end that is a little bit higher. And along the walls, you see numerous like stained glass windows that have like depictions in sort of this angular design of a smaller figure with sort of purple black skin, and is in like elegant poses, and having like sort of just like standard coloration of like maybe a red circle or blue triangle or some sort of yellow square behind them in different abstract designs and looks. And the shop reads Fifi's Finds and More.
Looks promising. Do I recognize the image on the stained glass?
I'll say no, because it's so abstract. It's kind of hard to tell full details. But you walk in, and it is a beautiful location. Within, it is stone floors, white walls that, of course, are broken up from the stained glass windows, and because of the white walls and sort of the plain floors, they are reflecting off the light that are sort of the last bit of sundown light that is reflecting in here. There are numerous shelves. So like there's one middle shelf and sort of the two sides because it's quite a skinny place. But it goes far down that are filled with standard equipment and gear. And in that far back area that sort of captures everyone's attention in the back are just rows and rows and rows within that second story location of coloration of bottles and vials and jars. There is this huge counter space where you see there's this platinum blonde haired, it looks the skin coloration of a drow, but the size of a halfling. Sort of like this pint size drow who's like 3 feet and some change, like not very big, who's currently talking to a customer, hands sort of a paper bag. She's like, well, there you go. That's going to go ahead and cure what ails you, and make sure that you, take it with water. Make sure you hydrate, and hopefully your stomach feels better. You see this older woman. Oh, thank you. How much I owe you? It's 3 gold for that one. Oh, hand the gold over. She takes her, leaves. You walk in. She starts to put away a few things, locking eyes with your group as you walk forward. Well, hey there. Welcome to Fifi's Finds. Anything that ailing you?
Not really ailing per se, but we are looking for some things.
Well, you can certainly find things here at Fifi's, so what can I find you?
I glance more so to Legati, like, you would be more familiar with this.
I take out our list.
Our list of stuff.
What have you in the realm of potions of flight and or levitation, invisibility, anything that can identify magical items, possibly a scroll or in a spell book. Let's start there with those things.
Ooh, that's a laundry list. Do you have something I can hold and look through my inventory?
Well, I can give her the list if that's what she means.
Yeah, sort of. Oh, let's see here. Okay, maybe I have some of this. She's looking at like one of the higher shelves. She's like, I think I might have something. Where did I put those damn slippers? And she sort of finds these little pairs of slippers and starts to walk up the wall. All right, let's see. You need someone to fly. I don't think I have any potions of flight, unfortunately, but I do have something that's a bit equivalent in case you might need it. Could be a bit pricey. I'm not sure what you're looking to spend, but I'll bring it down regardless. Sort of puts it into a bag. Are you looking just to fly, or are you looking to get some distance upwards?
Distance upwards is preferable, but failing that, being able to jump off, let's say, a 3rd-story building and not die, anything of that nature would be helpful.
Well, jump, definitely I can probably help with that. Just put some more things in her pocket. Let's see here. Nope. Well, that might be interesting. You know what? I'm going to take down a handful of stuff, and you tell me what you need. This might be helpful. Starts to pull a few things in her pocket and comes down. You said that you also wanted some scrolls, yeah? Are you come from the academy?
I am a wizard, and I do not currently have access to any way to identify magical items. So that is what I am seeking.
Oh, I see. Do you happen to have your student ID? I can probably get you a discount, at least on the scrolls.
I didn't go to the academy, right? In my character backstory, I don't think I did. I think I know about it, but I don't think I studied there.
Yeah, I don't think you did.
I think it was more of like learning from my mom, who was just a teacher and having a lot of books, and then kind of self-taught from there.
She snuck you into the libraries, or like was waved off. It's like, yeah, you can enter the libraries. And that's where you got started.
It's been many years since I was a student, and I did not attend this particular academy, I'm afraid. I'll take any discounts, though.
Oh, sorry, I have a current exchange working with the providing their students with some discount.
Yes.
But that's fine. We'll work with what we got. Well, let's see what we have. If you're looking for some upward mobility, what I have here, and she sort of puts down this red vial with shots of black that sort of like almost like a lava lamp goes up and then goes back down. This here helps you get some upward momentum. It's all about jumping high. So a potion of jump, sort of the jump spell in a little potion bottle. Next one, I don't have potions that allow you to go up in the sky as normal, but I do have this one. It may change your form a bit, and I do have to have you just sort of sign a waiver here saying that I'm not responsible any ne'er-do-well beings you may do with my product, especially with this one, and hands you, or at least puts on the counter, a potion of gaseous form.
Mm-hmm. Most interesting.
If you're studying, or at least you are a wizardly type, you probably already have this, but I figured I'd throw it in just in case it may seem interesting. I do have a potion of invisibility.
Mm-hmm. Can never have too much invisibility.
No, of course not. Everyone's studying that. Illusions are fun. I do have, however, a scroll of identify, which is, we have, looks at a barrel filled with them and goes, what am I going to say? We've got an academy here on the grounds in the Emerald Strip, so kind of always in the wizard's pocket,
It's a very useful spell. I've been meaning to get around to picking it up.
Do we want health potions? Just saying.
You think we're going to get hurt?
She gives like I
don't plan on getting hurt.
I don't plan on it either.
It's possible.
Might just be useful to have.
Do you
on
have
hand.
potions of healing in this establishment?
Yeah, I've got 2 standard healing potions if you may need them. Still working on the bigger ones, just waiting for more product to come through.
Okay. So like looking over the things, what kind of costs are we looking at here?
Well, let's see here. We've got, double check something real quick. Okay. For the scroll, let's handle that one because I've only got, in terms of scrolls, I don't have a lot of variety, but this should help out. It's 100 gold pieces for the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what you're, you're not part of the academy. So maybe you don't have like financial aid.
What about a good
100
discount?
gold will not be an issue.
Okay.
Just the coin in our pockets, yes.
Understood. No, I fully understand. I wasn't sure if you're a transfer student. So we've got 100 gold for the spell scroll. If you're looking for the potion of jump, that's 50 gold pieces. Gaseous form, that's a little more tricky. I will have asked one of you here. You all look mature enough to as considered adults, so you can have to sign just a quick waiver, just ensure that I'm not liable. That's 300 gold pieces. And then standard price for healing potions, 50 gold pieces each. Potion of visibility, 250.
Okay. All right, 250. And then
I have the
50.
prices out here laid out, but I will get my calculator in case we need it.
I wrote it
Checking
down.
the
But
jump spell. So if I did have the jump spell, that doesn't help me if I were to say jump off that balcony on the 3rd floor. That doesn't make me not take damage, right?
I don't believe
It's
so.
just the creature's jump distance is tripled until the spell ends. That's the entire description of the spell, which is not.
It would make it
particularly
easier to
useful.
jump to the next building if needed.
Yeah. So Legati's not going to be doing that. Gnome
Yeah.
Legati is not going to be jumping to the next building one way or the other.
Let's hope not.
Um,
So it's
I mean-
800 for everything.
yeah, I'm most interested in the gaseous form. So I think we're just discussing the gaseous form. If everything goes very badly, I could potentially be an escape vector for me, the slowest of the group. Scroll of Identify, I could purchase. I want to copy it, and the process of copying may go wrong, but I could just buy another one in that case.
What do you mean may go wrong?
It's not an exact science when it's a scroll. A spell book, yes, that's perfect, but a scroll, sometimes they use arcane shorthand, or it's like a different accent, and sometimes the translation doesn't come through perfectly. But I'll take financial responsibility one way or the other.
Do you happen to have anything for an individual hoping to disguise themselves?
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I actually ran out of those fairly recently. We had a large order come in using for some sort of enchantment, but it's
How
Ran
large
out
an
of-
order?
large. A little over a dozen. It kind of cleaned me out.
Is that normal?
You know, it's quite normal when it comes down to like a classroom size when like a teacher is ordering, but generally in that case they have their own, their own alchemists. No, this was a civilian order. It was quite weird. But
Interesting.
hey, I'm not gonna say no to cash. Gold. That's
Right,
good
of
for me.
course. I understand.
That's at all. I mean, I'm not saying that out loud, but it's
Yeah.
above table.
All right, I think Legati would like to buy if this is okay with everybody else, the gaseous form potion and one scroll of Identify, with the plan being I'm going to try to go back and copy it, and if that goes wrong, I'm going to come back tonight or tomorrow and buy another one. Because we really just want to identify the masks. We want to make sure we have that. But I'll give myself one shot at copying it, which I should succeed at, but if I get a bad Arcana roll, then I'll screw it up.
Good with that. And Arrow will actually just go ahead and buy the rest that was offered. So both healing potions, the invisibility, and the jump.
That works. All right, so I'm paying 400 for one scroll and the gaseous form, and whatever she needs me to sign for the gaseous form.
I'll split the gaseous form with you because I feel bad. So I'll give you
All right.
150.
And then mine is 500, right?
I believe, yeah, see, 2 healing potions, which is 100 gold pieces. You're getting the jump, which is 50. And then there is the potion of visibility, which is 250. Am I missing anything here?
That's it for what I'm getting.
Yeah, 400.
400, okay.
400, yeah.
I can count, for sure.
Yeah, you start to exchange some of the money, and she's like, all right. Well, I guess it's not too odd that civilians are buying a large amount. And yet, for the form that you signed, Legati, it is a bare, like, you don't even need to give your real name. It's literally just like slides over a form like, I sold this serial number and I don't need to be worried about it anymore.
Do you have anything by chance that protects against poison?
Oh. I don't, but if you give me a day, I could probably get one for you. Generally, those sort of protection from poisons vials aren't that hard to create.
Or something that detoxifies from poison.
Are you looking for like an antitoxin for someone who is feeling ill?
Yeah, just in case.
All right, yeah. Let's see. I might actually have an antitoxin on hand. Starts to go out, and again, those rows and rows of different vials. Sees one that's like a light green. Flips it over. That it just says toxin, and she's like, well, moves the label a little bit, and then it says anti on front. All right, that's it. Damn glue. I think it sucks. It's coming back down. All right, antitoxin. It's 50 gold.
Okay, I'll buy that.
When we came in and looking around, does this place have like clothes too?
Yeah, it's got like standard garbs and wares, like jackets and other things that would keep you warm, or they have like a lighter flare shirts. Nothing too fancy.
Listen, we can't go in there looking. And she looks down like this.
Yeah,
No, but
perfect.
I don't know if the right approach is extremely fancy. These are business owners that are being invited, right? Not nobles.
Well,
They're not
semi
adventurers either.
fancy.
Yeah.
You're gesturing to the storefront owner.
Oh,
do you know of anywhere
Fifi,
we
nice
can...
to meet you. It's my store.
Ah, pleasure.
Hey,
and I'll
it's
shake your
nice to
hand.
meet another drow too.
Yeah, I was noticing a lack of us.
Oh yeah, well VinTear's a little higher up in terms of like horizon, so or not horizon, sort of the what's the line in on the planet?
Equator,
Elevation or
No.
latitude?
The equator. Yeah, the equator. So
uh,
there's a lot more sun.
Latitude is north south, right?
Yeah. So there's a lot more sun up here. It's bothersome, but
I've noticed
know.
that too.
Mother was a halfling, so made things a little easier.
There you go. Do you happen to know of any store nearby that would sell decent attire for maybe a guild or a business?
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of great clothing I would recommend is the Great Stitch, which is probably about 3 blocks down. Great Stitch. Owner's a little bit of a bitch, though.
Good rhyme.
Thought it myself.
Well, thank you. This has all been very helpful.
Well, if you ever need any potions or arcane implements in the liquid form, come on down to Fifi's.
I confirm what time she closes in case I need to come back and buy a scroll if I screw this up later.
Yeah, she closes shop like at 7.
Okay. All right.
Right
I'm either
before you
going to
go
do
to
it
bed.
tonight again or in the morning, but yeah. Hopefully I just won't need to.
Stuff.
Yeah. All right, to the rhyming store, the stitch,
The Great
the stitch
Stitch.
bitch.
I wonder if that's on purpose.
If she acts like a bitch just to make it
Catchy
rhyme.
marketing.
Yeah.
That's where we want to go. We need some clothes.
Yeah, you guys go to the Great Stitch, which is 3 blocks down.
Just
same
prepping myself for that one.
It is this, like the outer area of this shop is so ostentatious. It's got like these giant swirls and like arcane lights that are built into the actual wood on the outside, like the out paneling. This large glass window that you can peer into that has like all these beautiful dresses on one side of different colorations and make and models. Some of them are on like plastic or wooden mannequins that are like in very fashionista like poses, while the opposite side has sort of the equivalent to that, but more of a masculine attire that have like hands that are articulated, that are like wooden, that are like holding their vests out in a very like just gesturing towards the clothing that they're wearing. And in the far back, you can see this beautiful mishmash of both feminine and masculine, of like it's like a suit that turns into a dress at the very bottom, or it's like this lacy sort of blouse on a very like masculine chest. So it's like a mixture of all. Stepping in, it already smells like floral in here. You see holding a cigarette holder, one of those like long cigarette holders with a cigarette at the very end. But as she puffs out, it's like this red mist that smells like flowers. And she has like this, it's this older human woman with white curly hair that is like, it curls so much like a sheep that it goes down to her shoulders. She's sort of like wearing mostly white, except for a little bit of red that's sort of accented on her chest. She removes the thing and sort of she has a helper. And she's like, no. Again, shorter. And she see the other person's like measuring. Goes shorter. There. Get it done. Get out of my sight. Here's the door. Welcome to the Great Stitch. Oh. I would change that. And looks to you, Phoenix. Change that. All of that. That's. How are you even walking in that? I'm sorry, sir. I'm going to be very honest. You're some distance away from the ocean. Let's go and put modern society on that frame, okay? And as for our little man here, hats. I like the hat, but it's a little disheveled. Can we fix this up? Is that fine?
Legati stage whispers, think this might be the woman we heard about.
Diva and Morris are also outside.
Standing guard for us.
Yeah, they don't have to be inside, for at least for the party, so they don't need to buy anything.
Yeah, Legati steps forward and takes off his hat. He has an idea regarding hats, so let's talk hats. He pulls out a piece of paper that he has sketched on when he was under the tree and tinkering, and while we were walking around, he's made a sketch. It says, I am attending a party, and as you can see, my traveling clothes simply will not do. I am not looking to be the center of attention, but I am looking to leave people guessing. Some sort of hat with a veil situation to disguise my face, leave my face in shadow. That would be ideal, something where I can see out, but it's not easy for anybody to see in to what I may or may not have on my face under the veil.
Oh,
I show the sketch.
Definitely, you see with this this very wild idea that isn't like it's not something you would see in like normal society. She activates that. You see almost like, I love that. Leaving a mystery. Are you trying to steal someone's heart?
Something like that.
I can see it. Man of romance. Let's see. I'm certain we can make something do with this. We do have hats of your size of brim. Seems like that's your preference. Adding a veil, not a problem, especially with special material. We can have it look outwards a bit more clear. There will still be a bit of visual obstruction, but not enough where it become a problem.
I can live with that.
We don't want to be tripping on ourselves, do we? Especially at a party.
No, of course not.
Thank God. And sort of looks at your hat and sort of tosses it back.
Thank God.
Sort of wipes her hand. All right. And can we fix what you're wearing here? Are you trying to dig a grave?
Talking to me, or?
I'm talking, yes. You
Doesn't look that bad. She pats him on the back, a little dusty.
As I said, I am a traveler. These are only the clothes I would wear while traveling. These are not my party clothes, but the delivery of my party clothes are not coming through by the time we have the party tomorrow. So I am in a bit of a bind. The rest of the outfit matching the hat, drawing down, using that as the point of inspiration and reference. The rest flowing from there. Again, not constricting me so that I could, let's say, dance or fight or jump off a balcony or anything of that nature.
Just for example.
I am thinking dark blue, hint of gray. Veil, definitely a darker navy, especially coming from the hat. And we'll incorporate a bit of that flowy veil coloration across a beautiful suit. Maybe we'll have your vest sort of a dark navy. Sort of starts to like circle you slightly. Anytime that you are like following her and you're like maybe raise a hand to like gestate, she like smacks your hand down. She's like, no. Mental measurements. Stop moving. All right, go sit over there. And you, and sort of looks to you, Arrow. What are we doing here?
Gestures to Legati. Likewise.
No.
Phoenix in the background's going, veil.
It's like when you go to the restaurant and you can't order something that somebody just ordered because they're always like, oh, that's no good. You got to get something else.
You do not know party etiquette. If your friend here is coming in with veil, and you walk in with veil, a clash. Come now.
She is right.
Then what do you have in mind?
Well, I'm thinking long and flowy. Yeah. No, you have the frame for it. I think something tight. Holds you close. Starts to go around and starts to go through
about clothes, right? Just kind of like off to the side comment.
I am too old for you. Let's not get there.
Phoenix is holding in the laughter. Just
I'm
holding.
thinking something teal? No. Your coloration.
Navy.
No. Dark on dark. It is beautiful. Dark on dark is beautiful.
Teal?
White suit. A drow in a white suit would be sharp.
I mean, it would be
cool.
pretty, but
Yeah.
then, like, he falls in holes. No offense, Arrow.
I did that once. Okay,
Traveling
one time.
I think a little friend here definitely has an idea. I think something striking. Has everything shine a little bit. White suit, maybe with some black outlines. Monochromatic. A little bit. And starts to do measurements, sort of like for a full suit that has like striking colorations of black. There we go. Yeah.
He's just waiting for it to pass.
All right. Measurements done. Looking more of a large, broad shoulders, maybe extra large. We have to shape. What to shape that? To be shaped. Sort of shifts an eye to you, Phoenix. Now that is a feature. How do we exemplify that? I'm thinking.
She's talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hand her something. That's something my mom drew that I would never wear, and it's what I DM'd you. But you could change the colors, I guess.
I like this. Might want to lose some of it. Well, up the
Lose some
chest?
of it?
Absolutely. If you have the frame, show it off.
There's gonna be some of it that's lost whenever she puts her shirt down.
Let's extend the back of the dress, let it drag slightly.
Not too long. Let's just say I may need to sprint in it. I don't want to trip.
Are you chasing after someone?
Possibly. It's
If
more
they
like
try to run away.
Yeah, that.
Whatever they're doing nowadays.
It's a really interpretive dance.
Sure. We
Or
can-
at least put up like a button there so I could pin it up or something.
a button. We can have it
A
adjusted.
bustle.
All right. Well, some of this material we already have in-house. It will take us, see, for all three, yours, so be done in maybe an hour. I'm thinking within the next 12 hours, we can have it ready. So tomorrow, midday.
How much are we looking at cost for this?
Oh wait, I think I need shoes because I don't think these are gonna work.
Looks down at your sort of leather-bound, wrappings.
Listen, I don't
Yes.
really know. I mean, I can run in heels, but I haven't. That's a. Ugh. Can they not be loud? Can they be quiet?
Quiet
Can
heels.
heels not be loud?
Well, not as loud. They're gonna be loud, huh? I'll shut up.
I'm gonna put bells
Thank
on
you
them
for-
now.
Thank you for thank you for taking the words from my mouth. Don't insult my craft. You get what you get and you'll enjoy it. Trust me. Well, all of that said and done, I think we can get this done. What we're looking in terms of damage, looks to you, Phoenix, 15 gold for you. And to the two gentlemen, suits are a little easier to craft, I'm thinking 12 gold each from you.
Alright.
I'm sure it will be worth every penny.
What's a penny?
You don't have to. I'm a traveler, as evidenced by my clothes.
Doesn't even measure you. Has already sort of looked you up and down, and starts to yell at some of the handlers behind. Get some of the red fabric, the one that glitters and shines.
Oh,
No, number 12, not number 13. No, it's
Make it
2.
glittery.
And starts to get work on the order.
I don't do glittery.
You'll love it.
Well,
I'll get it in my
that's
store.
It's a good disguise if you don't do glittery, right? It shouldn't look like something you would normally wear. Yeah, we leave.
I show the little sketch to Legati. How is she gonna remove more of it? And it's like a 2-piece outfit, so it's got long sleeves and this flowy skirt. What is she removing?
Well, she's the expert. I'm sure she has something in mind.
Not terrifying at all.
Any more shopping we need to do, or can I go make my... We want to go rest and I can copy my scroll.
Go rest. I don't drink, but if she removes enough of it, I may.
Yeah, you guys can get a drink either at the sort of small bar at the Bordeaux, at the Bordoon Bordeaux, or you can go to the hotspot and get some drink there.
We've established we're gonna just make it work with only 2 masks, right?
Oh, that's right. Mike, my subclass has a mask, right? Remember that thing we said we were never going to use?
Your subclass does come with a mask,
Yeah.
weirdly enough. It does. It's very weird. It is not an arcane mask. But
No, I know. I just think I'm going to have it on her just in case.
Just in case. Got it. It's a totally different design. It's not matching with the 2 masks that you have right now are like the exact same design. Hers are a little more animalistic in creation.
I haven't decided what I want it to be, so we'll see.
Well, then if you want to wear your mask, then I guess that means Legati and I are going in.
No, that's just like a shit out of luck scenario, because I mean, he's going to track them. If there's more people and I have this mask, I think he's going to do the math.
We have a couple of different options. We are not sure that... I'd say 50-50 chance that only people with the mask can get into the party. If we can establish that you don't need a mask to be into the party, for example, servants, something like that, then one of us might be able to come in through the roof or an upper story window or something like that. Alternately, I can go in wearing the mask, take it off under my veil, and see if I don't get set off any sort of alarm. At that point, then I can launch the mask out the window, and somebody else can take the mask and come inside that way.
Why does this sound already so chaotic?
That's what the veil was for. Very smart.
I've always wanted to wear a veil, but this seems like the right time. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to drink. I just want to find a place where I can do some scroll copying, because I think identifying these masks will help.
Sure.
Possibly give us some additional information here.
Do you want to handle copying? Because you have some time in the day to copy.
Yeah, I need 2 hours, so I can go back to our room. That's probably where I left my supplies. I don't think I'm carrying everything with me. So,
I should have looked up what the effects are in terms of like scrolling, copying over a scroll. I think.
Yeah,
right.
I looked it up. So when it's a scroll, you have to pass an Arcana check of DC 10 plus the spell's level. So identify is only 1. And I rolled an 11 and I have +6 Arcana, so I did it. I did not waste the scroll, fortunately. So as soon as I do that, after the 2 hours, I'm going to cast Identify on one of the masks.
Okay.
Find out what the deal is, the full deal with them. We detected magic on them before, but
it's definitely at night because it's hours are passing and definitely taking the time to do this. there is, I think, identify gives you the full details of the mask itself. There is a permanent infusion of disguise self on this mask. However, it seems like it's been altered slightly to not only just affect your vision, the visual effect, but also the vocal effect. And you've tried putting on the mask too, but it doesn't do that. And it seems like there is a set location, almost like a GPS thing, where if it comes within a certain contact or a certain distance from a particular point, that's when the spell effect occurs. In addition to that, I will ask this. Which mask are you looking at? Are you looking at the one you got from the hotspot, or are you looking at the one from the Bordeaux?
Well, I got the spell slots, and I know the spell, and the spell's a ritual. So why don't I just do both to see if there's any notable differences between the two? We're not doing anything else tonight.
Yeah, there is a notable difference. For the one for the Bordeaux, you get the image that after it puts on this illusionary veil on you, so it kind of feels like it kind of feels bad that you have all these like special clothing, but there will be an illusion over it. But it's good to have just in case. The illusionary image of a wrench would appear on your forehead, and that's for the innkeeper, or at least for the inn, I should say. For the hotspot, a illusionary image of a potions bottle would appear on your forehead. Welcome to the Vultures.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah, I've been here before. Okay, so a wrench and a potion. So like nothing, not obviously connected to the business, or is it? A potion bottle could like maybe be associated with alcohol, but the wrench doesn't seem to have a connection, right?
Yeah, it seems fairly far away from.
It seems like I'm telling everybody else this. Like it seems like they want to preserve anonymity potentially. There's some kind of and the guy just said, "Oh fuck."
What?
What?
The whole point of going to this stupid party is to follow one specific guy around and try to listen in on him and see what he may or may not be doing and overhear. And we're not going to know which one it is.
Shit.
Sometimes I hate magic.
I mean, I'm going in a sparkly ass dress. Maybe I could just lure him out. He likes to be an asshole.
I'm not.
Or
It remains to be seen how much of our appearance is shrouded once this enchantment kicks in. The outfits we are wearing, maybe it'll just be our face. Perhaps it'll be our full bodies. We don't know if the outfits we're wearing will matter at all. Go ahead.
I do have an idea. Yuka, it's his house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's his house. If there's staff, it's his staff. If we're looking for a captain, we should look at who is being the one in charge, right?
Or perhaps we clog the toilet and we see who the servants go to report on the problem to.
I was not ready for that one.
I had a bunch of ideas in mind.
There's like a Family Guy cut scene where Legati is getting all the toilet paper and just putting it all down.
Just like grabbing soap bottles,
yeah,
shoving it down there, see what flushes and what doesn't.
Before I forget, Legati digs out the probably not in 100% great shape, but mended servant's dress, maid's dress that he wore that one time. And it's all balled up or whatever. He like shakes it out. He hands it to Phoenix because he says, small chance it ends up you want to appear as a servant at some point during the party. This no longer fits me, even if I were to change my appearance. So do you want to hold on to this?
I'll try holding on to it, but I kind of want to go in with the sparkly. Hell, I don't care if I'm the distraction.
I'm hoping we all can just walk right in wearing our cool new outfits as well, but this is getting more complicated.
I imagine that Yuka was the one who purchased those disguise, whatever they were, for these masks, yeah? If that's the case, then I would imagine there would probably be, what, about a dozen guests?
Probably. You did want to see how many were there.
Yeah.
Or how many were on site, I think, at all times, but...
Alright, so who's taking a mask? We also have a potion of invisibility.
Yeah.
I would like to take a mask and once I get inside, see what my options are from inside there to get a mask outside to someone else who may need it. If that proves impossible, maybe I do some overhearing. If it seems like it would be better to have somebody else inside, I'm perfectly fine going upstairs, stashing the note in the bed of this of Yuka, and then going out the balcony.
Don't forget the dog. Even with invisibility.
I can deal with the dog.
He's a pretty big dog.
It's a party. There will be. You cannot have a dog wandering around a party if it's going to just attack random guests. I
mean,
can deal
you
with
may
the dog.
not be allowed upstairs.
That could be true.
You may only be allowed in like the living room area. Why would you?
It's still a party hazard. I mean, people drink at these occasions. You know, I wandered up one floor too many. Is is it justified for a dog to attack me?
For Yuka, yeah, probably.
Could be. Phoenix, would you like the mask? You don't have to. I'll take it if you don't want it.
Do you want to go in or do you not want to go in?
Frankly, I don't like this entire affair, but whatever you're most comfortable with.
I mean, no offense, neither you and I are good at talking. I think you might be a little better than I am, but...
It's not gone well in the past, but I don't really plan on talking much anyway.
I keep seeing like our most charismatic people just take a back seat and aren't available when we really need to do talking.
Hey, I did good. I did good technically last time at the bar.
You've done it good, but it shouldn't be our job. You know, we have a well-rounded team.
You see,
people who are charismatic.
Diva and Morse are like, we're not stealthy, or we're not good at that, so
we got clanky out there.
They're the. I mean, if there's an emergency, I think we plan on making a lot of noise, and they can rush in and help us.
Yeah,
maybe.
She put me in heel. I'm gonna be click-clacking all the way up the roof.
I mean, I guess you theoretically don't have to wear them. You could go barefoot.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that. If worst case scenario would be the first time.
And be so mad.
What she doesn't know can't hurt her.
Yeah.
So, do you want the potion?
Yeah, at least the potion.
I'll give her the potion of invisibility, the jump potion, and one of the healing potions.
Jeez.
Okay, mark that down.
Yeah.
And then that means, I would assume that means, like Gotti and Arrow, you guys are taking the masks. And I think this is very important to ask. Who's taking the mask with the wrench, and who's taking the mask with the potion?
All right, so hypothetically, somebody may know who is who. Yuka or someone else may know who is who. Right. And it may be wisest for us to be wearing the masks that we could best fake being somebody who works in that profession.
I'll take the wrench.
The wrench. Okay, with the wrench was the inn, right?
Yes.
Or it was at least on the end desk. It might have been going to someone.
Yeah.
If nothing else,
and so
I know how to talk about building.
Okay, I don't feel particularly suited to talk about running a bar, but I can do that anyway. I mean, neither one is any good for me. So.
Well, if it was for, it wasn't for the hotspot. It was for the owner, and the owner has magic items.
Oh, right. Right? Is that, or was it for the hotspot?
The creepy oddity.
Right? She
did go to the hotspot.
She owns both the hotspot and the grip, so it's hard to tell.
I mean, you're good with the creepy weird stuff.
Her.
But it was for her.
She could have claimed it and decided to go instead. You know, that's very possible.
Yeah, it was like in her pile of mail.
Mm-hmm.
I just see potion, I assume magic, and you're much more suited for that than I am.
I can deceive if needed.
All right, we've got a plan going.
Something like that.
Do you guys? I'm assuming. Do you guys have anything you'd like to do prior, to like we can go from super. We can go like extensive and start to pull back. Is there anything you'd like to do prior to falling asleep? Is there anything prior you'd like to do before getting your clothes, or anything prior to going to the party?
Can I read Miles's poison book and see if there's anything to knock somebody out?
Oh yeah. Roll me a nature check with advantage.
I don't like any of these dice. That one's better. Okay. Nature. 19.
19. I think what you gather is there's sort of like two categories that you find. First, there's one that comes from plants. There is, or at least from when Miles was alive, there was like sort of a well-known poison that kind of got lost to time, at least from the way our party understands it. Moondrop poison that sort of paralyzes a figure, which does come from a plant that's exclusive to Mosted. So probably won't be helpful in this particular scenario. There's also other poisons that cause paralysis, temporary, of course, that come from like poisonous snakes and arachnids that are concentrated and then put into like a poisonous form, like an elixir.
Okay, not gonna help me now, but I'll remember it for later.
Okay.
I just remembered that the armor that I have is glamored armor, so I can make it look like any clothes I want. For as long as I'm wearing it. I will still be flushing that 12 gold, though. But I'll probably be keeping my armor on. And then in the downtime, I'm probably just going to keep sketching and then whittling.
We have the 4 whittlers here. Everyone who's proficient with
Oh yeah,
with
I
tools.
forgot what I was working on last time. I was working on
I was working on I think should probably be finishing up now because I've been doing it for a few weeks. A tiny ship.
Okay.
Like to scale accurate. But
Bunch
small.
of wood chips on the bed.
Yeah. Sure.
So I'll ask the question again. Anything else you'd like to do prior to long rest, gathering your clothes, or going to the party?
I'm doing some gnomish tinkering. I already had the music box made, so I make sure that's in good working condition. There's the other device in the player's handbook, the fire starter, which can produce a miniature flame. Can I make a version? This is a DM call. You don't have to answer right now, but I want to make a version that it's like an egg timer miniature flame. So I walk away, and then 1 minute later, it makes a flame or something like that.
Roll me a Tinker's check, which obviously you're proficient with Tinker's tools, so it would add your proficiency, and I'll say either you can utilize your dexterity or intelligence for this ability check.
Then. Yeah. Okay. That is a 19.
19. Yeah, I don't think it's that hard to build like a springed gear system that slowly starts to extend as time goes on. Almost like there is like a bit of a resistor that sort of pulls it so that way it doesn't go too far. With a 19, that's fairly good. I think you can make one that has up to a minute.
Okay. Got it. That's what I will do this evening, and then I am done.
Okay.
Yeah,
and,
I got nothing, except I guess before we head out, we should probably leave our equipment behind. I assume. I will, because I'm attuned to my short sword, and I think also the crossbow, those will just be dissipated, and I'll summon them if I need to. Everything else stays behind.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll bring some stuff, but most of it I'm not bringing.
This is fun. I think this crew with us requires less material than the others. Like, unlike Morse, who does have like donned heavy armor, or Diva, who has like these two large swords. Makes sense for this crew to be sort of the stealth crew.
Is it you, picture, Meg? Tell me if I can or can't do that. It doesn't have to be gold.
Yeah, that could be your mask.
Yeah.
You have it in your back pocket just in case.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can take a long rest, so go ahead and give yourself a long rest. You're not being accosted in any way. Same thing with picking up your clothing. Whether you are wearing it now or you are putting it away for later, Arrow.
I will
Easy to do.
probably be putting it away, but making my armor look identical.
Perfect. Yeah, you can see the final cut. And for everyone else, yeah, it just as our imagination or your imagination can sort of give this view of sort of a veiled, large brimmed hat with sort of veils that connect between the underarm and sort of the side, sort of almost giving like this webbed look that almost drags a little bit further down. As for you, Arrow, definitely sort of this white monochromatic look of black and white. Mainly white is the sort of solid coloration. There are hints of like dark blue, definitely like where the waist is, sort of like a wrapping. And then as for you, Phoenix, it is
What part are you removing?
No, remember there is an adjustable part of it where it can go long and you can pull it up way high. So it's like almost like we're going short shorts area, or short skirts, but you don't have to do it that way.
Okay, I dropped a picture, but I was just like, what part is she removing?
Yeah. So, yeah, clothing's donned. We'll say that it's getting close to party time. Are you guys approaching the manor with, for those who are donning the masks, with the masks, or when are we doing invisibility? How are we setting ourselves up?
As I click clack along, yeah. Do I just stand somewhere? Where do you want me to stand?
I mean, we had previously been at that tree at that park when Phoenix was in here. Is that like close enough to make sense? That's where Moors and Diva and Phoenix could be.
Yeah,
conceivably for now.
We can say that.
Although, yeah, you being in this outfit near a party but not at a party, maybe you wear something over it for now. Just otherwise, it looks like, what the hell?
Bit of an overcoat.
Who knows? Maybe somebody will take me in there. This seems like the type of group.
Okay.
I imagine we should wear the masks up to it, though, in case
Probably.
anyone catches us.
Yeah.
So we'll handle it this way. Phoenix, you have a very good passive perception.
Yeah.
And you are overlooking both Legati and Arrow as they start to make their way close to the property line of.
She
of
put
Yuka's-
her old hood and stuff up because she's not trying. Although the shoes might give it away, but that's okay.
And the moment both Arrow and Legati step in, your form not fully disguised, just enough where it covers a little bit of the head. I think through the disguise self spell, little bits of brimmed hat also sort of form within this illusionary veil. Everyone has like this white mask that is illusionary put affixed to your face with the symbol on your forehead. And as you look at each other and talk, it's like this marbled, like everything's a bit warped. It's like
You're underwater.
a little bit. It's not your voice. You're talking through like a filter.
How does it work under my veil?
It's like a soft, translucent. Like there's beyond the soft translucent of blue, there's a soft translucent of white. So it's like this is weird, but you can still see through. It's not obstructing.
And people can see the symbol. The symbol is outside of the veil
Yes.
in this case? Okay. Interesting.
And it stops just at like a little bit below the bust. So people can still see that you're at least closed down from there, is that you are dressed to impress.
What's the door situation? Do we just walk in, or is there a list?
You can look through the windows, and the curtains are slightly drawn, so you can just see silhouettes of people talking and moving. you can definitely hear that there is music being played, and the door is slightly ajar.
All right. I'm walking right up to it and opening the door and going in. I'm an invited guest, so I'm supposed to be here.
I'm going to stay a few paces back so it doesn't look like we're coming in together.
Yeah.
And then once Legati's in, I'll go in as well.
Stepping in and arrow following behind, the one with the red sort of, there's like this red coloration, like a swirling red orb on their forehead. And let's see here. Okay, perfect. They turn to you and go, "Oh, hello, Wrench and Potion. Hey, how's it going? So happy to see you."
Arrow is
This person is-
regretting all of his life choices.
This person is a red swirl, or what?
Yeah,
What's the
a
deal?
red
Does this
or-
person's mask look different
No,
than
same,
ours?
same
or-
mask, but a red orb.
Different symbol.
Okay. Then I step forward and I say, Red Orb, are you our host for the evening?
Not really, but a host did ask me to lay out some rules of sort of a greeter right now. Everyone will have a job soon. But
Who is the host that asked you? I wish to meet the host.
well, let's go through some of the rules first, because I can't tell you that, unfortunately. You know, masquerade, all this shindig for a reason, supposed to be a little thing of mysterious, you know, a little mystery.
I'm like grumbling.
The orb, the glass blowers. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Maybe
you see, he
not.
goes, all right, well, let's see here. He stumbles a little bit and reaches into a pocket that's like within the illusion, so the hand just disappears, and then starts to undo paper and goes, "Greetings, my friends. I hope that you enjoy tonight's festivities and discussions. Let's see. Rules for today. Your names are the symbols found on your forehead. So, you know, red orb, my friend here, lightning bolt, wrench, potion, all that stuff. Let's see here. Oh, and sort of puts the paper away and goes, by the way, there's food in the kitchen if you want to eat something. Some pretty good stuff here. Drinks as well. And if you're getting tired of sort of the stuffiness in here, I've hung out in that indoor-outdoor patio space. It's nice. It's, you know, a lot of flowers. Pretty good. Let's see. A few rules. One, obviously, everyone has a name, the symbol on their forehead. Second rule, keep an open mind. It's kind of what's written here. Oh, keep an open mind. And you see the lightning bolt goes, okay, let's take this. We're going to take that from you. Maybe we'll switch jobs. Is that okay, Red Orb? Okay. Anyways, third rule, if a problem happens, we all work as a team to fix it. Okay? We're all together in this. So if something goes wrong, we all work together. And the last one is the third floor is for our host and our host only. That's where they have a sleeping chamber, so we don't go up there.
We'll see about that.
Arrow just nods.
As you have this conversation throughout the first, and you can hear a little bit coming from the second floor, a sort of a bell, bing, boom. As you recognize this, actually both Arrow and the god who recognized this, it was almost like a magic mouth spell. Something programmed here. Greetings, friends. I hope you enjoyed today's festivities. And you can hear sort of the voice of Yuka. If this recording is playing, that means that everyone I invited means the majority of us have arrived. Please keep our rules in mind. No names. If a problem occurs, we work together. The party events will occur on the first and second floor only. So please enjoy your drinks and get to know your fellow neighbors and share your stories and experiences. And then the recording stops. You see the lightning bolt looks to you too. What do you enjoy about your services?
I look to Potion.
Since I think I say, how anonymous are we supposed to be here? You had said this is a masquerade. I feel like if we talk about the business we provide, we've very quickly revealed our identities. Is that not the case?
Well, from what I know, Potion, is that not everyone within our guild was invited. So it's fine to talk about guild experiences. We just don't know which person from that guild you are.
Out of character, do we know? Would a random invitee know that this is that Yuka organized this party? Did it say on the invite?
Yeah,
and this
I think
is like Yuka's house.
I think people would know this is Yuka's stuff here.
Mm-hmm. Turning that over in my head. I'm being pissed off about the we'll all fix it together thing because that ruined my clog the toilet plan. Then it's going to be all of us trying to fix the
everyone
toilet.
with a plunger, like everyone's holding the.
Everyone, it's like you know, the guy, like when there's a bunch of guys and they're looking at one person who's fixing something, and they're just like, yeah, there you go, turn it a little harder.
How many people does it take to
way.
screw in a light bulb?
Yeah, exactly.
I think I say I'm not feeling particularly talkative yet. Is there an area to get drinks here?
Oh yeah, in the kitchen.
I mean,
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just walk away from Wrench and get some drinks.
I would keep like look back and forth. I'm like, I think I'll do the same. I'm gonna follow.
All right. While this is happening, Phoenix, what are you doing?
just watching, just twirling around.
You can't see what's happening inside. You just know that they left for a few minutes.
I mean, she assumes somebody's gonna send her a signal or something, so that's why she's just intently watching. I feel like if she would to like walk a perimeter, it would be weird for one random person to be seen through all these windows walk a perimeter. So she's not doing that.
Yeah, if something goes wrong, I'll make sure you hear about it. I'll get something non-alcoholic to drink in the kitchen.
Oh, can I have said that I would have given slipped Arrow the antitoxin in his pocket just in case?
Sure. You overhear a bit of a discussion, Legati and Arrow, as you hear Blue go, no. See, you want to make sure that you burn the edges so that way, the way that they don't sort of unfurl at that point. The yellow one goes, yes. Well, if I believe you are who I think you are, you make some pretty good goods. They've been selling off the shelves. And the green one goes, heat, all that, I can't stand. It makes me sweat too much. I like working with my hands. I think it's a lot better that way. But you can have some drink.
Yeah, Wrench is going for something alcoholic.
Great. Liquid courage.
There's no servants here, huh?
No servants.
Damn.
Terrible.
It's the worst party I've ever been to. So the guy talked about like members of our guild or whatever, but like the people, at least the hotspot, right? They're not in the guild. Right? They're invited to join, but they weren't already members unless they lied to us about being members.
Yeah, they said they never joined.
They never joined.
They were independent. They are independent.
Okay, but this place is acting like if these masks are key, just like showing up is like
you're in.
Accepting.
Yeah.
The way that that Tavin explained it to you, is that anytime that there's some sort of get together when it has to deal with business with Yuka, it's almost like a timeshare sales presentation.
Yeah.
So it's unsure whether or not all of these guys or these people are have already joined the Potters Guild, or they're aware that some business discussions are going to be happening, and this is just all party flair.
Yeah, then I'm gonna as I'm drinking, I'm leaning into their conversations. I have questions about this Potter's Guild. I mean, I may be revealing too much, but I'll admit being fairly new to this sort of thing. Does anybody know who I should talk to with questions?
You see that the yellow one turns to you. Oh, well, from my understanding, when it comes to the Potter's Guild, there will be a presentation later in the evening. So we'll be able to learn a lot more. From what our host has informed us is that it's a very good business venture. So, but it's good to see you, Potion. Hopefully we get to know each other a little bit more. Certainly after if we decide this is a good venture for both of us.
I like a good party as much as the next person, but this is a little it's a little unusual for my tastes, perhaps. So I'm withholding judgment for now.
The green one goes, I'm with you there, Potion. I'm with you there. It seems a little extra for a simple sign up.
Definitely unexpected.
Yeah, and I'm not harping on our hosts for the amount of effort they put into this. I mean, this is all fantastic, quite a show, but simply a letter would have been nice. That's all it had to be.
Something detailing the benefits of joining, rather than this charade. But I will keep an open mind, and I'm the kind of person that likes to be able to ask questions directly, like raising my voice. Ask questions directly of someone is the best way to convince me, but perhaps the presentation will be interactive. We'll see.
You have to applaud the showmanship at least a little bit.
See, the yellow one goes, exactly. This is all a big display to lure us in. Excited to see what's going to be discussed.
Do you know if there's anyone upstairs?
There's a few people upstairs.
I think I'll go explore. And I will head up.
Okay. Wrench, you head to the entertainment space on the second story. You see that there are several people up here too. There is yellow, pink, purple, snail, and crossbones.
Snail?
Good. How good! Way more people than I was expecting.
They all turn to you as you walk up, and they go,
Of course.
"Oh, Wrench! Hello!"
Greetings.
The yellow one waves you in.
I'll approach.
We were just discussing, Wrench, a fascinating thing that we've all have encountered in the past. A lot of these untrained vagabonds making their way occasionally here and there and causing some problems. Have you ever had that experience within your place of work?
Untrained vagabond. Like, adventurers?
Ruffians. Those who...
Bandits?
Slightly, I would consider them bandits.
I've had to deal with a few of those, for sure.
They're the worst, aren't they?
Certain lack of etiquette.
Always a chip on their shoulder, thinking that they're better than everyone else, not following the rules.
Frequently, that is the case.
Tell me about it. Puts like an illusionary hand on your shoulder. It's like where it touches and just like, it's the worst.
But they can be useful. Some of them are willing to sell their services.
I think you see the skull go, That's a little true. And when coin is passed, it is coin in our pocket. So it's not that bad. things can get out of
Exactly.
hand, but it just depends on how you handle them.
Exactly.
Uh,
So, how have you been enjoying tonight?
good drinks, free food. I'm not going to say no to that. I might dip out when they do the presentation. You see the yellow one sort of talking. I might dip out, but right now the conversation, from whatever I can tell, is all about our experiences with these untrained, rapscallions. So maybe there's some common ground that I can learn here. I don't know. Depends on how the conversation goes.
So you're not entirely interested in hearing what our host has to say?
I'm not fully biting down, but I don't know. Maybe you're the host. Maybe you're just testing
Could
me.
be. Or it could be Crossbones here.
I'm not the host. Let's not point fingers now.
I'm just saying, that sounds like something the host would say.
Boom, boom. You hear sound of the magic mouth goes off once again. Before our main presentation, we are surrounded by the best and brightest of our kingdom. You are all worthy of an audience, of your prowess. I would like to invite Lightning to come to the first floor, and for those who wish to witness the events, please join us.
Events.
You see that sort of yellow and Crossbones sort of head downstairs. The rest of the three up there are going to stay sort of engrossed in their conversation. Legati, you see that Lightning sort of goes into the middle of the living room. She claps her hands, starts to separate, and you see like this ball of lightning held together by tethers of static. She starts to almost like having it dance around her, having to one hand, changing colors as she rolls it down her chest here and sort of holding it here. Definitely a display of arcane prowess as he pushes it down into the other hand, and they start to split it down the forearm. There's like this, they're just messing with lightning in such a way where it almost seems like a display of entertainment. Just
All right, so as far as we know, Yuka can't do that. Mike, you're also saying she, he, and they. Are you doing that on purpose?
I am.
Are these people identifiable? Like, people can tell I'm a gnome, right? Or at least I'm
you're
smaller
little.
than the
yeah,
rest of
they
them.
can tell you're smaller than the rest, but it's hard to tell, and I am doing that on purpose.
And one of the, like, Yuka is a dragonborn, right?
Mhm.
Can we see these people's hands?
From what you can tell, yeah, you can see their hands.
What do my hands look like?
Your hands look like your hands.
Could I tell that that Arrow was a drow? Like,
Yeah, you don't have any gloves on. Yeah, you can tell that they're a drow.
okay. So I want to identify if anybody is wearing anything on their hands, or like their hands are not visible, or weird gloves that would disguise dragonborn hands. I'm mingling, looking for that while people are oohing and awing at the magic.
I love that. Roll me a perception check. And while you're doing that, Arrow, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna stay up with these three people. Likewise, did Yuka have a tail, or was he a tailless dragonborn?
He was a tailless dragonborn.
Okay. That's just for me to know. I'll slide in with conversation with these three.
I rolled a 20, so I got a 22.
You recognize that Red, Crossbones, and Blue all have gloves.
All right, I got some. Speaking to the other players, I have some plans that may escalate things. How long in the party do you think I should wait before I do that?
Whatever suits you. Arrow hates it here.
I'm
If
kind
you
of
do anything
curious
to escalate, he's into it.
what the presentation is, though, because I want to know what he's trying to sell.
Well, yeah, even if I for some reason get kicked out, I mean, Arrow can stay for the timeshare presentation. Red, I mean, I feel like Red and Lightning like talked to each other, and Red was like posing as the host, but was bad at reading. And like would Yuka, when Phoenix was spying on him, was kind of like less polished than we may think, but I would think that like Red, I feel like Red didn't have the right vibes to be Yuka. But it's so Red, Crossbones, and Blue, and this is just downstairs.
This is just downstairs, yeah.
Just downstairs. Okay.
While this is happening, is anything going on the 3rd floor? Like, are there any lights or anything? Or is that floor like darked out and it's just
It's
like...
darked out, but roll me perception check. I'll say with disadvantage because it's past your 60 foot. Dark vision.
Okay.
And by the way, we are going to take a break right now. Just give me a second.
12.
12.
That's not that great.
It's hard to tell, but it is darked out. You can recognize that the curtains have drawn, and there
Okay.
is no light coming from it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see in comparison to the other 2 floors if it's like that floor is available or it's not.
Okay. Lightning finishes their display, and people start to clap. And I think that's when you can really see, like, obviously there are 3 people who have gloves on. The arcane of the magic mouth goes off. Ding, ding. We might have time for one more display, and because of the grand talents that this person has, I think we can all benefit from their product. Potion, could you come down and come on down, and just know that my pantry is open for full use.
I mean, at least you have magic.
And all
I was gonna
eyes
say-
shift to you.
I'm not supposed to have magic though. Is the issue?
I mean, just be like, poof, bottle. And then
But I will allow you some time to think that over as we take
Yeah.
a quick break. And we're back. We're at a party, guys. We're having chips. We're having snacks. We're all snacking it up right now, right? It's all finger food here at Yuka's masquerade party with entertainment at display. And by the way, for those who are on the ground floor, which is only you, Legati, you saw an amazing display of someone with arcane abilities with just sort of morphing and shaping this ball of electricity held together by these threads of static, shaping color and sort of doing a beautiful arcane display. But the last thing this magic mouth, almost on a timer, has informed was for Potion, if you were to be ever so inclined to show off your talent, and the full pantry is yours essentially.
Mm-hmm. So I think Legati's vibe in the guise of this skeptical bar owner or worker is like a little begrudging, like gives a shrug, goes over to the pantry and is like looking at it, very much like I'm at a party or a meeting or whatever this is. I'm not the entertainment. I'm perusing the bottles. What's good or old or expensive that Legati would know, who doesn't have a ton of knowledge about that, but just like what looks like the oldest, most expensive stuff here.
I think because there is that begrudging sort of underlined feeling and emotion that Legati is experiencing, I think it might rouse a reaction if you grab the oldest looking bottle here, probably something that's vintage that more than likely the host wanted to keep for a while.
Yep.
And so you see far in the back that there is this old vintage wine that is probably purchased overseas and has been kept in here. And you have to go through a couple of bottles as you're currently going through. And you see collecting somewhat of a dust, sort of a small layer of dust, is this old red wine bottle from a place called Revine, vintage like 100 years back, more. You slide it over, fairly hefty sized bottle. It's almost got like that base bottom. But yeah, and I think that's the most expensive thing you can find in here.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take that. Are people expecting me to stand where lightning stood or what?
No, there's no instructions, which I think is a little daunting. Is because it's like they're leaving you to your craft, and you're just sort of having a bottle in your hand, and people are just watching.
Yeah, one thing Ligotti has is confidence at all times, so he's not concerned. Is there a table and chairs in the kitchen, or
There is.
stools, or?
Yeah.
Okay, then I stand up on a chair, and so that the table is like at the right height for me to work at, being a gnome that I am. So do I know that this bottle is like 100 years old, or approximately, or whatever?
Yeah, it's got like a timestamp on it.
Okay, the year, perfect.
Yeah.
Then yeah, he says, well, I didn't, I worked like all of you probably. I already did a full day's work before coming to what I assumed was a social event. So I'm not going to be mixing or pouring anything. I'm going to be indulging more of one of my hobbies that got me into my line of work. And I go off on a story, and so I want to use my knowledge of history and alchemicals to talk about the state of like alchemy 100 years ago, around the era of this bottle. Because I know about history and I know about alchemicals.
I love that. Roll me a
history. And I can talk
check.
about alcohol as it relates to chemical reactions and stuff. I'll talk about that. A lot of people don't know about alcohol and I go into that.
Perfect place for Ligotti to like have everybody worship this along.
And as Ligotti speaks about this, everything is just like, but it's all it's all understood. Roll me a history check.
Okay, history, and because it's artificer's lore, because it's alchemical, I'll add 4 for proficiency instead of 2. Okay, so that is going to be a 28. Because it's 18 plus 6 for history. Oh no, it's a 26 plus 6 for history, and then plus another 2. Yeah, for my double proficiency. So 26.
You start to find your groove as you are waxing poetically about sort of the chemical makeup and sort of how things were distilled back then, and how it's very rare to have a bottle like this. And you're like popping it open and pouring drinks a little bit as people are grabbing like the cups that you're serving, and you're like, smell it. Like you're giving the whole 9 yards, and just talking about like the fermentation ability, and they're just like, yes, I do smell. There are hints of oak or something along that lines, and there isn't. There probably isn't. No. But you intelligently have sort of you've captured their interest enough where they are starting to almost buy the presentation you're giving.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually leading to a cheers as you finish your monologue, and they are more than excited to drink this very expensive wine.
Yeah, I want to do something while everybody's drinking. I'm not drinking. I do the toast and then everybody's drinking. I want to invisible mage hand as I'm like gesturing with my hands. I'll use that to disguise the somatic components. And I have the mask on so I can, whisper whatever words I need to whisper. I want invisible mage hand to try to pull the mask off of Crossbones' face.
Okay. Well, it certainly isn't an object that is over 10 pounds, or there's no force of 10 pounds. I'll say roll me a Arcana check.
Okay.
This will be against their... I'll say there will be a dex check on their end, because they'll start to feel the mask start to like get pulled off, and their instinct will be like, oh shoot, thinking it's slipping off. So let's see.
That is a 21. Ligotti's rolling hot tonight.
Yeah, I literally rolled a 16. I was like, that's a good
yoink.
Nope, 21. The mask falls off. This is the skull. Let's see here. Skull and crossbones. You see as the mask falls, the illusion drops for a brief moment as this man catches the mask. You see as a man, human, balding a little bit, with wearing like fur pelts and everything, and clearly some individual that worked like someone who works in a hide, like a tanner.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like holding the thing, goes, oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. And immediately the illusion comes back. But you recognize that's not Yuka at least.
Uh-huh.
But roll me an
How
insight
much
check.
is left? Insight check?
Yeah,
That is a 17.
17. You see two figures react to that.
Mm-hmm.
The 17 that kind of everyone else has like an oh my god kind of reaction. Like it's seen as more of an accident, not intentional. So it's like oh put it back on. And some people in the back are like, oh, I see you, Jeremy. Ha ha ha.
His name.
And from that yelling of the actual like identifying, which is hard to do at this point, like not to do so, both Red and Lightning kind of quickly shift their gaze at the scene. And as everyone starts to drink, Red, you can see like their chest expands, like a big inhale and sigh, and excuses themselves upstairs.
Uh-huh. Upstairs or in the bathroom?
Upstairs.
Okay. Yeah,
Arrow, you see-
Red is certainly suspicious here. I was gonna drop the bottle of wine and let it break and see who reacted to that, but I think we got all we're gonna get from that. Yeah, I'm casually gonna make my way upstairs too.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So, how are the different schools of magic? Are those well known?
Yeah,
or
they're
decently
well known. Yeah.
And there's 8?
Yeah, there'll be 8 schools of magic.
Okay. And there are 7 orbs here versus okay.
Mhm.
Interesting. That's what he's thinking currently. Like, why are there orbs? Is an orb an occupation? But because Legati had mentioned a professor of abjuration was there the day prior, he's kind of starting to think that maybe these are different schools of magic, different professors.
Who I thought Lightning was, but I don't know now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like she potentially has demonstrated magic. It wasn't abjuration though, but
Yeah.
Right.
And the whole time,
we don't-
Arrow, the whole time as you were performing, Legati, Arrow, you were having like almost a very aggressatory discussion about how these non-forward guard ruffians, people who think they're like they steal and they act rudely and they go into businesses, and you're like bandits, and they're like, yeah, I hate these rogue individuals who, really like they break stuff, and they like gangs, like these gang members are definitely like the worst. And I'm assuming like Arrow's like, uh-huh.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know exactly what you're talking about. Terrible. I will actually, before Red comes up, I also want to look to Snail and make remark. Finally, it seems I've found someone else without a color on their forehead. Snail is a peculiar choice.
You hear sort of a gruffed, muffled voice, almost like this person was a smoker. And you hear, yeah, I didn't choose the symbol. Certainly doesn't go well with what I do, though.
May I ask, if it's not too intruding, what you do might entail?
I don't give a fuck. I work with wood.
Really?
What the fuck does snails have to do with wood?
That is an interesting question.
Yeah. I'm making a wild guess here. You're not a fix-it person.
Not in that way. Actually, I would consider myself also more handy with wood.
Oh, really?
Hmm?
What'd you work
In
on?
some regard.
And you've excused yourself from the very aggressive talk to more of like, hey, let's actually have like a fun conversation about something we both enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, is this about the time when Red comes up, or a little later still?
Yeah, Red comes up at this point.
I'll kind of just turn my head over to acknowledge the new guest. How was the performance downstairs?
Oh, yeah, you invite Red to go in this little circle of discussion. It was fine. Lightning did an amazing job. I'm sad you didn't see, but you must have been engrossed, I suppose. Discussion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Potion, though, between me and you, didn't really put on something of a show, more of like a lecture. I mean,
Interesting.
I'll be honest, it taught me a few things. That was nice. But they, wax poetically about wine for 5 minutes?
Oh. Potion, I suppose that sort of makes sense.
Suppose.
And also on the spot. I mean, I certainly am not prepared in any way to present in front of others. What would you have done?
You know, I think you're right. I would have had to have my implements with me, I suppose. Yeah, not really much of a showy person, I suppose. I guess you're right. Well, feedback to the hosts, I suppose.
Shortly.
Legati falling behind.
Yeah, we don't know what's in these doors, right?
No.
Upstairs, I'm just noticing that where the dog was is labeled reading space.
Yeah, it's
So
like a little reading nook.
The tiger woman also said that like where he spends a lot of time, like a desk or something might work for the deadly paper or whatever it is, the cursed paper. So is there like an obvious chair that he would sit in up here in the reading space, or from Phoenix's description, because I can't see it right now.
Yeah. I think you would have got a description like there's 2 chairs that face a small end table with a small bookcase, like several bookcases behind them for this little reading nook. Yeah, a space where someone would sit and read.
I'd rather get it into his bed, but I'm not positive it's going to work. I'm also looking at the 2 big dark rooms on the 3rd floor. One seems like it has a door from the balcony. Do those have other doors that we know of?
It looks like there's a door inside and outside.
So yeah, there is. To what Phoenix would inform you from the balcony is that there were 2 doors. Something that she exited out. She had no chance to check out this door up here, so that leads somewhere into a room.
Is this a door?
That is a door. Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And then this also looks like a door.
That also does look like a door. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, last time I said I gave directions to Legati because he has keen mind.
Right.
Yeah. I have the map of this in my head. I keep wanting to do a Blades in the Dark flashback, which we can't do. But can we have a cough code between me and Arrow to be like, hey, if anybody comes to like mess with me, try to create a distraction or something.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to be doing something and I don't want to be interrupted.
You both have like the same code, like either cough or tapping. Something where it's like, I'm about to make a move, cause distraction.
Yep. So I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna just be walking. I have like a glass of the expensive wine. I have not been sipping it. I do the 3 rapid coughs under my breath. I walk. I kind of like just hang out here, like I'm part of the conversation. What I want to do is end up in this corner, looking out the windows here, like sipping and drinking and just thinking to myself. I want to end up there.
Okay.
If nobody objects.
Arrow, what are you doing for a distraction?
I'll hear his cough and kind of glance over that way, and then actually, I think I could have demonstrated if forced to, but I'm still kind of working it out, and I'm gonna step back and just start casting like dancing lights around me just to try to get their attention as I like step back and away from the hall.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh joy. That is a solid 6.
6. So you're not going to have advantage on this, Legati, but you can make a stealth check to see if you can skirt out of people's view.
Well, I'm also not good at that, so let's see how this goes. Okay, stealth. That is a 4.
Pink sees you as you skirt by. You accidentally tap them with maybe a little bit of like the hat, the brim of the hat taps them. You don't really notice until later. And person turns and goes, excuse me, rule 3? That leads up to the 3rd floor.
Who told you the rules?
Red told us. They were the sign the greeter.
That makes sense. I'm just going to stand here by the windows, but thank you for your rule following advice.
Okay. Purple has you in sight, but understood, does not chase after as you just sort of stop there.
Yep. Yeah, just looking out the windows. You know, I'm like edging so that I'm like, my left arm is like behind this corner, but I'm like leaning against the corner. Right? Okay. So I'm just obvious. I'm pretending to drink. I'm not going upstairs. Definitely not going up the stairs.
Boom, boom.
Ah, shit.
All you hear is, head to the 2nd floor for a grand presentation. And you start to hear clamoring of people making their way up.
Ah. They're coming.
Purple catches eyes with you, Legati, and kind of goes like, but does not chase after you. It's not like they're forcing you. It's just like, oh, by the way, we're doing a thing, but you don't have to.
I'll like scoot like I'm gonna like be too cool for school and kind of hang out back here. I'm gonna listen from over here, but as soon as nobody's paying attention to me, I'm like backing up again.
Which is perfect because, as you can see, Red takes the stage in front of this large window, and has eyes on everyone except for you, Legati, in the moment.
Hiding back here in the shadows.
Purple's still looking back occasionally, but notices you're not making a break or anything. It's like, oh, you're just not as interested, and that's fine. People are fine to not be interested. You see Red, or at least Arrow, you see Red go, greetings, friends, craftsmen, women, and beyond. Life can be hard for us. I witnessed firsthand how rules and standard formality is bent for those with power. Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself. We all take the good with the bad. For instance, I had a decent winning streak. And you see the presentation that Red had is completely dropped and has sort of more of a structured tone instead of this bumbling fool. I had a decent winning streak. It ended a few days ago. But again, you take the good with the bad. A good day is increased sales and orders within all of your guilds and work. Maybe more people in the seats of your place of where you work. And of course, vice versa for a bad day. However, since the Potters Guild's founding many, many years ago, we've learned that those with power shape the world as they please. That's scary, isn't it? That people shape people who have this influence are able to do so. So, what about the little guy? The little guy is left to pick up the pieces. The baker, the bartender, the blacksmith, and those who have to cater to those with untethered powers and considered powerhouses themselves, while they damage our roads, homes, businesses, and bystanders. You see Snail interrupt, go, I'm sorry. This has been very secretive, and it's hard to follow. Whom are you talking about? Are you talking powerhouses? Groups? Are we talking about thugs? You see, Red goes, no. They call themselves different names, but they might as well be. These ragtag individuals who go out, and though they do provide a service, they leave behind issues for the little people. And you see a Pink go, it sounds like you're talking about adventurers, people who go out and save the day. Surely that can't be the case. Red, I am. Call themselves adventurers. But really, what are they after? Snail, you see, already kind of backing up, putting the drink down. Are you seriously saying that these brave souls cause a problem? These people who go out and put themselves in front of danger and prevent it from happening to one of us, or, by the gods, people we care about or our fellow neighbors? City damage is the least of our problems at that point. Last month, a huge monster left a hole in my roof, and the forward guard, a huge monster that left a hole in my roof while the forward guard were fighting it. And guess what? The damages were taken care of in 2 days or less. I didn't even have to report it. The kingdom takes care of their people. And you hear a rousing, yeah! And by the way, anyone can interrupt if they're trying to do something.
Not yet.
Suppose. Yeah. What are you thinking, Arrow?
I'm thinking that if need be, I can give you a clear out. And I'm also thinking that I could theoretically do a lot of damage in this small space very quickly.
I'm wishing my telekinesis was stronger. I could push Red out the window behind, but that's not gonna work. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant.
Actually, I probably could. But also it would hurt everyone else around.
I want my Unseen Servant to, just appear next to me, unseen, close to the stairs. And I'm gonna hand my Unseen Servant the cursed paper. And I want it to go up the stairs.
Okay. It does so, and you're trying to put it underneath one of the chairs that Phoenix informed you about.
I'd like it to try the door to see if it's unlocked before it does that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
This door or this door?
Oh, okay. I didn't even see that was a... I mean, first, the one it goes by first of this one, and then try the other door. See if they're locked.
It does go to this one, and the door is unlocked.
But I don't know what's in it because we don't have that intel.
Yeah, so that is happening.
Okay.
But I don't think you have a connection like a familiar, so you're not sure what's happening up there.
No, I can't see it. Okay, I mean, go put the paper. What's the most convenient? Can it shove it under a cushion in one of the chairs?
Yeah.
Something that will not be disturbed.
Can do.
Yeah.
Actually, while they're having their rousing moment, kind of against Red, Yuka, and his ideas, I think I'm also going to just take one step forward to be a little bit closer for no particular reason. And also ask, what does any of this have to do with potters?
Straight to the point. Wrench, I like that. Let's finish first to you, Snail. Yes, I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can here. I want to make sure I address everyone. Yes, you're right, 100%, that when damage is done to your property, the kingdom fixes it. The Dracewind Kingdom fixes it. But do you know why that happens? They start to talk. The forward guard fight and protect us from serious danger, and they are required by the kingdom to report it, especially whenever there is collateral damage. Of course, whenever we learn that there is property damage, our repair crews go fix it, whatever is left behind. In the sad event that a life is lost, depending on the situation and what is available to us, we either resurrect, if that is something that is open to us in the moment, or a further discussion occurs. And looks over to you, Arrow, or Wrench, and goes, has to deal with potteries because we're here to ensure that we shape this land for us properly. We are molding this so that it protects the little guy. But the issue, and what we're all learning, is that Sure, if the forward guard are able to protect us and damage is caused, we're taken care of. But if these ragtag adventurers start to do damage to your homes or hurt your loved ones by accident, and I know they mean well, there's nothing in place for that. We're left at a loss. You see, Blue interjects. So what does this mean? No adventurers? Are we outlawing them? Is that the situation? No. I'm not suggesting that. It's a fair question. I believe we should ask all of these wannabe adventurers, these individuals with arcane and martial prowess, to register with the crown. They can become sanctioned, report their engagements, and we treat them like the forward guard.
And how pricey do you expect a process like that to be?
I'm sure it's becoming an adjustment. I'm sure there will be a lot of funding pushed to that. But with all of us working together, I think in the long run it's going to save us money.
But will it save more lives? There are plenty of people without coin who know how to wield a sword. They're more valuable.
Perhaps, but if these random people who know how to use a sword kill someone by accident and it's not reported, not a lot can be done. But if these individuals register and someone is killed by accident, there is a possibility of resurrection.
If someone in your family in this hypothetical dies because of an adventurer, why not report it yourself? Would you really let your loved one die into the night like that if you had the choice?
That has actually been a thought process that's been suggested to the crown some time ago. And what they told us, which makes me very upset, is that the crown learned that during this trial period that 25% of the damages that they were covering, as well as the cost for resurrection, were done because of either a falsified information for free renovations, or because someone died of natural causes. There was a lot of grieving people who were making false reports.
So,
if you're worried about cost, that will be a big blow to your bank.
I'm talking about cost of the little people, not cost of the kingdom. They have plenty.
If the crown is incurring a lot more cost than they can handle, that's when taxes happen. Surely you've heard people with outcry about the cost of just standard living.
Yes, and I've seen them killed.
I've heard news about that. That's concerning. But yeah. There's a lot of questions. I understand that. But if you join the Potter's Guild, we can find these answers. We can shape the world, and we can make it a better place. And if you don't believe us, we've already been doing it. Phoenix, roll me a perception check.
Oh boy.
She'll love to hear.
17.
17. At the same time, Legati, your invisible servant has returned. You could feel the presence. They've completed their task.
I want them to have opened the other door too. I just want both doors upstairs to be open, just in case. I can't see what's in there, but just to try to.
Phoenix, you see something flying in the night sky. A silhouette against the moon, heading towards Yuka's third story balcony.
Just gonna down that potion.
Which one?
The invisibility potion. How big? Can I tell?
With a 17?
Yeah.
Small to medium size.
Those heels are coming off. Fuck this. Alright. Yeah, she's going to drink the potion and then run inside the house.
Okay. Roll me stealth check. With advantage. And at the same time as Yuka, you could tell is red, Goes,
Oh.
we've already been doing that. We've been making the world a better place, and we've already had a test run. Taps on the glass. And everyone kind of waits for a moment. What is your stealth check?
You're gonna laugh, but hold on, I want to see what it totally is. Okay. I rolled a natural 20 and a 1. 25.
25. Yeah, you can put yourself at the base of the first floor if you wanted to, or if you wanted to do something more wild, let me know.
She's just locked in looking for the symbols on their masks to try and find like Legati or Arrow to be like,
It's going to be difficult to say that you can stealth onto the second floor because there's so many bodies here, and there are people who are blocking the stairwell.
Okay, it's not just Legati blocking it.
No, he's on the second story, but near the third story entrance. Can you look at the map real quick?
You're
Yeah.
bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Essentially, this stairwell over here will lead to down here. So you're kind of like right here.
Trying to remember the house. I was like, I wonder if she's like brazen enough to run through and open the balcony door.
Oh, you mean up? How you? What are you doing?
I know.
Yeah.
We don't know something bad is going to happen.
No, you know what? I'm not gonna go in the house. I'm gonna go on the roof.
Okay, how you get into the roof?
Was there a tree?
No.
No.
You're gonna have to climb the building.
That's fine.
You want to slump?
Yeah. Can I drink that one too? Or drink it before the invisibility?
So the way to get this to the back balcony is that you would have to jump if you were trying to do that and climb. One big thing to our players here is that there's a large window.
Yeah.
Mm.
That is stressing me out. Can you have more than one potion effect at a time?
Yeah.
Okay. So you,
No,
yeah,
I
you
wouldn't-
can be
Yeah,
visible
I
in
wouldn't
the-
have done it like in front of the window.
Oh,
Would
you're
have
gonna
done it over
okay.
there.
So you rolled a 19, right? For or natural 20
Natural
for
20
for
for
stealth. Roll me an athletics or acrobatics check to see if you can climb your way with the help of jump to get up there.
Oh, athletics or acrobatics. Okay. The hell's my
Considering your
acrobatics?
speed, you're gonna come right after this person lands.
18.
18. Yeah. You get up to the top of the balcony and you have your invisible hands holding onto the balcony that you almost jump, and sort of grab onto the ledge and lift yourself up as you saw that figure just land and start walking in. You peer over and you see the small fairy form of Cooley. Legati, you see coming downstairs a figure that you saw prior. As you see Cooley look at you coming downstairs and gives a bright smile. He goes, "Hi." And almost like a celebrity, like realizing that there's like maybe some recognition, maybe. He goes, "I'm going to head through. You mind?"
Yeah, I step back and gesture, like, go on.
Roll me a deception check.
That is a 14.
14. She doesn't, there's a moment where she looks you up and down, and there's a question of, like, why are you in this spot? But, total, she rolled a 12, and decides not to put an arm around you and move you to the main room. But continues forward, and Arrow, you see Cooley, and everyone else sort of sees this member of the forward guard stand right next to Yuka. And Yuka goes, "All right, everyone. Right on cue. Thank you, Cooley. Please welcome everyone, the hero of our kingdom, Miss Cooley." She smiles. Untethered adventurers are too manic. They rub elbows with royalty and criminals alike to further their own gain. And even if there are good people out there, kind of motions to you, Arrow.
Can I
even
have
though,
followed her down? Like behind her?
roll me a perception check real quick. Phoenix, as you do so. And he goes, even if there are good people out there, when they disband or die or retire, who's to say what the next group of people are going to be like? However, people within the Forward Guard and the idea that the Forward Guard represents will not die. We have a strict code of conduct. We keep people tied to this. And what did you roll, Phoenix?
16.
What was it?
16.
Something's rummaging in this space. You got to get to where the reading area is. Through this door, you can hear the sound of shifting.
I peer in if it's open.
It is closed.
Oh. Shit. I open it.
Dog.
It's what?
He wants to sit.
What did you do, Phoenix?
I want to open it.
You open it. You see a creature made of flesh and plant matter currently rummaging through an office desk,
Ooh.
sort of
That
grumbling.
ain't no dog.
It is softly tearing apart, like moving things out, hurriedly, like almost stressingly searching.
It seems fine.
I can talk, right?
normal.
And it's not going to do anything?
Yeah.
I want to whisper, what the hell are you doing?
And that's what we're going to call today's session.
What? I was so expecting that to be the dog, and the dog would rush out and cause a bunch of problems. Not plant eldritch horror. Just in your office, casually.
Yeah. This door over here was locked, but this one was unlocked.
Okay.
But yes, thank you so much for joining us for Trials of VinTear. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.